sentence you to life in confinement without parole.
That's f***ing horse shit. You do whatever the f*** you want.
Why are they shutting my mic off?
I'm the federal witness of the United States federal government. I demand some goddamn respect, you. All I did was trespass on property.
Ma'am, you got to create the community that you want to live in.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Okay, I'm ready to get started. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brad Gardner, and this is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. I'm a judge in this court, and I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing, but should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you. So please don't discuss the facts of your case. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. To the presumption of innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence of your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail. These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail. If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial. You could also receive additional felony charges. It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you. The standard at this stage is very low. A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred. Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing. However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date. Lastly, would everyone please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make during this proceeding shall be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God? Okay. I'm going to start over on the lady side. And okay, let's see. I'm muted one time, Deputy Requena. I don't think I heard, or Deputy Bush.
Yes, Sean.
Okay. I didn't hear the echo. I don't hear the echo anymore. Okay, great.
Yes.
I'm going to start with Miss Whitley Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. Everyone else take a seat. Ms. Jones, come forward, please. Destiny, you're next.
Hi.
Good morning, Ms. Jones. You're charged with a number of offenses. There's one warrant number that I could not find the face of the warrant, but I do have the allegation, and that's warrant number 2021 CW 56012. You're charged with criminal trespass in that offense. I'm going to set a bond at $3,000. You're charged with aggravated stalking, and I cannot set a bond on that offense at this stage, and that's warrant number 2022 CW 50223. So for that aggravated stalking charge, bond is going to be denied pursuant to statute 17-6-1. You're charged in warrant number 2022 WA 08366 with also committing the offense of criminal trespass. I'm going to set a bond for $3,000 on that offense. You're charged with hit and run and warrant number ending in 67. I'm also going to set a bond at $3,000. You're charged with terroristic threats and warrant number ending in 68. I'm going to deny bond at this stage. You're charged in warrant number ending 69 with aggravated stalking. Again, I cannot set bond on aggravated stalking at this stage pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. Finally, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault and warrant number ending in 70. Bond is going to be denied on that offense. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for June 10th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
You said the preliminary is on June 6th
Yes, ma'am.
and the,
Bond hearing is June 10th. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
yes.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Do I talk to my lawyer about the preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, I just need to find out the lawyer's name.
Okay, so it's going to be, because these are felony charges, it's going to be someone from the Clayton County Public Defender's Office. So if you don't hear from someone in the next couple of days, you should call over and see if someone is going to meet with you. But my understanding is they schedule these meetings over the computer.
Okay.
So if you receive a notice that they're setting up the meeting, please attend the meeting, okay?
Okay.
All right. You're free to go back, ma'am. Miss Destiny Koontz.
Before you go on to Miss Destiny, tell me that CW warrant number again, because that did not print on the calendar.
Yes, it is 2021 CW 56012. And I looked it up on the Anywhere warrant system. And apparently I did the warrant back in, I think, December. And as a part of the packet, I have the affidavit. And I have, I have the affidavit and the narrative. I just don't have the face of the warrant didn't print out. And I even couldn't find it when I went on the Anywhere warrant system.
Okay.
It has my signature and it has James Rowe from the Clayton County Police Department signature on it. So I don't know what happened, but I'll at least do a warrant. A bond order for it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Koontz. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of, Jesus. The delay is bad. Okay, I'm gonna put it on mute. Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of reckless conduct, and that's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. You're charged with 1 count of cruelty to children in the 1st degree. This is a felony. Bond is going to be denied at this point for that offense. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Christian Coons. Do you understand that, ma'am? Okay. Do you understand that, ma'am?
That's why I can't take.
She understands the charges, Your Honor.
I really don't understand because sir, I'm the victim. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. My grandparents, they kidnap people. Okay, they kidnap people. They poison me, and I'm not taking no charges. They kidnap people. We tried to get help. I called the police. Okay,
ma'am,
so
ma'am.
I'm gonna sue this place so bad.
Ma'am.
You say what now, Yana? You say what?
You stop interrupting. Let me finish.
It's not cool.
Would you like for me to appoint you a lawyer?
I need more than a lawyer. I need like, I want everybody. You got chief of police, a captain today, someone to go out there today. They kidnap people. Me and my sister, we've been charged with the same charge. Okay, it's falsified.
Okay, I'm gonna
right now,
I'm gonna ask you one more time, and then I'm gonna move on. Do you want a lawyer? Yes.
Yes.
Or no?
Yes. Yes. What about a search warrant?
You stop interrupting.
Ma'am.
Yes.
If we can't get through this by the next couple questions, I'm going to continue to tomorrow, and you can come back tomorrow. Are we clear?
Yep.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. I'm setting a bond hearing date for June 10th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Do you understand the stay away provision as it relates to Christian Coons?
Yes, my nephew, which I was poisoned with. Yeah.
Okay. So I understand what you have just told me. I also understand what the police officer has said. That's why I give you a lawyer, so that you can tell all of this to the lawyer, and the lawyer is the person that defends you, not me, the lawyer. So that's the person you pour all of this energy into, so that your grandparents and whomever, stop.
I'm not used to this, so I'm acting like this, because this right here.
Hey, ma'am, you don't have to be used to anything to act like a human being and to understand when to stop talking. I stop talking so that you can talk. You stop talking so that I can talk. That is called basic communication. You should have learned that in kindergarten. Okay? So I hear the allegation that you have levied against your grandparents. I hear everything that you've said. The one person that you should be saying that to is your lawyer, so that your lawyer can bring all of this stuff out. But sitting here, wasting time, having this conversation with me, I'm not an investigator and I'm not a cop. I'm not your lawyer. I am the judge. So please use your energy in a way that can help you. Okay?
Let's if I be alive June 6th. Okay.
Okay. All right, you're free to go back, ma'am.
If something happened to him, if something happened to him, it's
Summer, you're next. Come on.
I talked to the president about this shit. They kidnapped us and with the fuck and charged you with your son. You know what the fuck my shit is?
Ma'am, you have to stay on the line.
Deputy Bush, bring her back.
Destiny, you want you back up here.
It's not right. It's not right. You pointed.
Listen, be quiet and come back up here, please.
They poisoned both of us. And my son. And we got charged with it.
Y'all, you want Summer to sit back down or you want to talk to both of them at the same time?
We
I'm gonna
still think
speak-
they should have both of us.
I'm gonna speak to both of them at the same time.
All right, y'all.
So, as I said in the beginning, this is not a trial of your case. The purpose of this hearing is for me to tell you what you're charged with, to appoint lawyers if you want lawyers, and then to give you new court dates.
We
So-
trying to.
So I could not, the same way I can't find you guilty, I can't find you innocent.
But let me tell you how you can.
Ma'am, you can tell me all you want to tell me. You just told me you don't know anything about this system. Now you're about to tell me about the system. Okay, well, look, send her back. I'm not gonna continue her. I'm not gonna put her on to somebody else. Miss Summer Kuntz, ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of reckless conduct, and you've been charged with cruelty to children in the 1st degree, and you've been charged with possession of less than an ounce of marijuana. The reckless conduct charge, I'm setting a bond at $5,000. The cruelty to children in the 1st degree, I'm not setting bond for that at this stage. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce, I'm setting a bond at $1,500. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Christian Coons. Do you understand that? Ma'am, can you unmute her?
The news up here, bro. This shit is retarded.
Okay. I'm going to appoint her a lawyer, and I'm going to move on because I think the allegation of the drug use has kind of caused some problems, maybe with their impulse control. These are, I think, 30-year-old women. So let's just
Special
move
conditions,
on.
right?
I'm sorry.
Special conditions?
Yes, both with to stay away from Christian Coons. That's the 9-year-old special needs son of Summer Coons.
Okay.
Let's bring up Miss Nakina Lowry.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Miss Lowry. You're charged with 1 count of simple assault. This is a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $4,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Jennifer Rogers. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. You didn't fill out the form, so does that mean you're going to hire your own lawyer? You didn't fill out the form requesting a court-appointed attorney. Does that mean you're going to hire your own lawyer?
No, I don't want an attorney because I'm not guilty of this crime, and the police report was falsified.
Okay, so you're gonna hold on. You're gonna represent yourself.
Yeah, because I'm very aware and very knowledgeable of the law, and I do know, and I apologize.
Ma'am. This is not the time to discuss the facts of your case, okay? I have given you your court dates. You are free to go back, okay? All right, have a good day, ma'am.
It was nice to meet you. I apologize I'm meeting you this way.
No problem. Miss Nauck, N-A-U-C-K.
Hi, guys.
Good morning, ma'am. You're charged with 1 count of family violence battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And you're also charged with 1 count of hindering or obstructing an emergency telephone call. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. You're going to have a stay away provision on your bond to stay away from a Samuel Seaton, Seetin. Do you understand that, ma'am? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Now, you didn't fill out the form. Does that mean you're going to hire your own lawyer? You're going to represent yourself?
Probably hire my own lawyer.
Okay, do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Miss Alexia Smith,
I'm sorry, Judge, the bond on the battery family violence?
5,000. Okay, Miss Smith, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of speeding. Bond is going to be set at $500. I'm sorry, 1 count of driving a vehicle with no insurance. Bond is going to be set at $1,000, and 1 count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June.
Hold on, sir, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please? Because you can't the right way. Excuse me, sir. Officer, can I use your pen, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, can I say something after you're done?
Yes, ma'am. I give everybody the opportunity to speak.
Okay, my first charge, you said, what's the bond for? You said
Speeding is $500. No insurance is $1,000.
Okay.
And giving false name, address, or date of birth is $2,000.
Yeah, at first you just said it was the false name and date of birth. I heard you say something else, not 2,000, but okay.
Well, it's written on my piece of paper as $2,000. I can't
I was
control
gonna
what
say,
you hear.
so
Ma'am, please let me finish. Jesus Christ.
I asked you, could I say something?
Ma'am, I said I'm gonna let you speak when I'm done. I'm not done. Did I? Okay. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but at the end of every time I say, do you have any questions? And that's when you start talking. I haven't gotten to that point yet. So could I please get to that point? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
I want you to get done talking.
Okay, ma'am, do you want to come back tomorrow?
You just heard me say I'm waiting on you to get done talking.
You just let them talk. Just be quiet. Don't say nothing else. Please.
Your preliminary hearing date is set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning. That court date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. You refuse to fill out a form, so does that mean you're going to hire your own lawyer or represent yourself?
I got everything recorded. I'm representing myself.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
No, because you was kind of rude. It's all right.
All
I got
right,
it.
give me my pen back. Thank you.
Miss Miss Walcott.
Oh, walk out. Last name? You won't call walk out. Sorry. Walk out. Okay.
Ms. Walcott, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. That's a misdemeanor offense. Bond is going to be set at $1,500. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. You did not fill out the form. Does that mean you're going to hire your own lawyer? You're going to represent yourself? Are you going to hire your own lawyer or represent yourself?
Aunt Mike's is upstairs, my mother, and I keep telling y'all that.
Can you answer the question, please? Would you like him to give you a lawyer?
No, I have a case manager on the case.
Okay, I'm gonna put down pro se. She's free to go back.
Yes, Sean. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Ms.
terminate.
Warfield,
Warfield. All right, man.
Ms. Warfield, ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of armed robbery. I cannot set bond for that offense at this stage pursuant to Georgia Statute 17-6-1. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date, well, it won't get waived. You're going to have a preliminary, okay, let me start over. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. You're going to have a bond hearing date set for June 10th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Okay, finally, let's have Ms. Clark.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I had an Ira Turman on the list.
Okay, let me see. Oh, all right. I had her in the wrong stack. Okay, Ms. Turman. Ms. Turman, ma'am, you're charged with 2 driving-related offenses. One is driving a vehicle with no insurance. Bond is set at $1,000. You're also charged with 1 count of following too close. Bond is set at $500. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
How much do you make per hour?
About 15, 16, it varies.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, if, my bond was posted last night. My husband said he went to the bill, bonds company. Will I bond out today?
Yes, if it was posted last night, when you get back from this hearing, they probably will notify you that it's time to go. Because of how things sometimes overlap, if it's close in time to when they start pulling people for first appearance, you may get pulled for first appearance. So when you leave here, you're most likely going to be told that your bond has been made and to pack your stuff so you can go. Okay? But I am still going to appoint you a lawyer. That at least will be the one benefit of coming here. Now, do you have any other questions for me?
That's it.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Ms. Clark, are you Ms. Clark?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, the same rights and privileges that I discussed earlier apply to you, but you're in a slightly different situation. You are what we call a fugitive from justice. And what that basically means is that there's just a warrant for your arrest out of another state, and we're holding you for that state. And in your situation, there's a warrant out of the state of Missouri for shoplifting. And they indicated that they will extradite you. It looks like it says St. Louis County Police Department. So this process is one where you have the right to challenge this warrant and or challenge the extradition. And the way that you challenge the extradition is that if you believe that you're not the person named in the warrant, or that this warrant is not actually naming a valid charge, you can challenge it. And if you tell me today that you want to challenge it, sometime between now and the next 90 days, a hearing will be scheduled before one of the judges here in magistrate court. And at that hearing, they will determine whether you are the person named in the warrant and whether the warrant actually lists a valid charge. If at the end of that hearing, the judge makes those determinations, the judge will then sign off on the writ, and then the state of Missouri will have 30 days, up to 60 days total to come and get you. But the clock will begin running at the end of that hearing. If you believe you are the person named in the warrant and that this warrant, it is in fact states a valid charge, you can waive that process here today, and then that 30 to 60 day window begins to run today. If at the end of that 30 to 60 day period, if the state of Missouri does not come and get you, the sheriff's department here will release you, but the warrant will still remain valid. So they can release you, and 5 minutes later, you encounter another police officer and they run your information again and they see a valid warrant. You will get taken into custody, and this process will start all over again. Are you with me so far?
Yes, can I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to be expedited.
Okay.
I would like for them to come get me.
Okay, so they will give you the waiver documentation, and that you can sign that documentation, and then they'll send it over to me today, and then I will waive it and the clock will begin to run. I would encourage you though, ma'am, to hire a lawyer or get legal representation up in Missouri, because especially during this pandemic time period, they may agree to withdraw the warrant in exchange for an agreement from your lawyer. Let's say that you're going to appear on a certain date, either, and it may even be by Zoom. So it may be to your benefit to go ahead and get a lawyer to start dealing with this matter up in Missouri. And it may, well, I know it will most likely end up better for you in the outcome. Okay.
I remember the incident and the time that I was supposed to go to court. I was in the hospital.
Okay.
So I agree with it.
Well, ma'am, and the unfortunate thing is I can't do anything with that information here, but it sounds like you really need to have someone. Did you have a lawyer representing you up there before?
No, I forgot about it.
Okay.
So I'll get a lawyer. I understand.
Yes, ma'am. That'll be in your best interest. Okay, ma'am. Once she signs the documentation, she can be free to go back. Let's switch over to the mail side.
How long will it take?
It depends on how long they take to come in.
So it's up to them.
Yes, ma'am. They have 30 days.
Okay.
Okay. Let's bring up Mr. Tran first.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Florio, if you're ready, I'll deal with you next.
Yes, Your Honor, I am. I think I've diagrammed out exactly what's going on with Mr. Thompson.
Okay. Mr. Tran.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Tran, your lawyer appeared earlier while we were waiting to get started, Mr. Barton. And I informed Mr. Barton that I've set a $15,000 bond for you. And there's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Tommy Dow. He has informed your family member, I believe he said your sister or sister-in-law, and she's going to start the process of having you bonded out. So as soon as this process is over and the paperwork is sent back, you should get some kind of notice this afternoon that your bond has been posted and it will be released.
Today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. You're free to go back, Mr. Tran. Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, I would normally speak to you directly, but you've taken advantage of the opportunity to hire a lawyer, Mr. Florio. So I'm going to speak to Mr. Florio about your case. I want you to know that this hearing is not private or privileged, so please don't say anything you wouldn't want the whole world to know, okay, sir? Okay, just and for your benefit, Mr. Thompson, I had a prior discussion with Mr. Florio while we were waiting to get started. And there was an issue about whether you're on probation or parole. And Mr. Florio was going to research that issue. So what's your understanding, Mr. Florio?
Judge, my understanding is that Mr. Thompson is neither on probation nor parole. And I can go through, I believe he has 6 felony cycles, all of which would have been in Clayton County. His record would reflect a 1995 burglary in which he received 5 years probation from Judge Benefield. He would have had 2 cases in 1998, a criminal damage to property and a stat rape case, both of which he was sentenced to a 6-1 to run concurrent. 2008, a failure to register case with Judge Benefield in which he received 3 years probation. 2016, a theft by conversion in which he received 5 years probation. It appears, Your Honor, he tendered a plea on May 5th of 2017. And so that sentence would have expired at the latest, May 5th of 2022. That would be obviously if he had not received any time for credit served in custody. And then in 2018, a 3-1 from Judge Mack. There was an order filed with the Clerk of Superior Court on April 26th of 2022, so approximately 3 weeks ago, terminating the balance of Mr. Thompson's probation. I know the court had indicated a record out of the state of Texas. That's because for a period of time, Mr. Thompson did reside in Dallas County, Texas. And so while he was a resident of Dallas County, Texas, he was monitored there under the provisions of the Act for Sex Offenders. But it appears that the sex offense case was a 1998 statutory rape case, which was a total 6-year sentence. So that, Your Honor, would have expired in 2004. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, so you're saying that the Dallas, that he was on probation here, but he got transferred to Dallas?
That's correct, Your Honor. And he was monitored in Dallas County, Texas. And so because of his 1998 conviction, it would appear, and I obviously have not had a chance to discuss this fully with Mr. Thompson, it would appear, though, that that's the reason for that monitoring, but not because he is on active probation or parole. What I believe, and I'd certify this as an officer of the court, what I believe is as of April 26th of last month, Mr. Thompson is neither on probation nor parole in any jurisdiction.
Okay. Well, I accept your representation as it relates to that. That was really the only thing that I was looking at that was giving me pause. So yes, with that being said, the no tail light charge, I'm setting a $500 bond. The obstructing an officer, I'm setting a $2,000 bond. Tampering with evidence, I'm setting a $2,000 bond. Use or possession of drug-related objects, I'm setting a $1,500 bond. The VGCSA, simple possession, I'm going to set a $3,000 bond and a $500 bond for open container. His preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, and that'll be by Zoom. And he's taking advantage of the opportunity to hire you. Do you have any questions of me, Mr.?
No, sir, Your Honor. Okay. I've spoken with his family and I believe they're prepared to postpone today.
Okay, but thank you for figuring that out for me.
Thank you so much for allowing us that opportunity and time, Your Honor. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. It's been a crazy day.
Mr.
Have a good day.
Mr. Florio, before you leave, can you send me an entry of appearance when you get a chance?
Absolutely, Ms. Mary. Give me 5 minutes and you'll have it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You're a saint, Your Honor. You're a saint.
You are free to go, Mr. Florio. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, sir. You as well, Judge.
Okay, let's have Mr. Armour, A-R-M-O-U-R. Okay, sir, you are charged with a number of felony offenses and 2 misdemeanor offenses. All right, you're charged in warrant number 2022 WA 08324 with committing the offense of obstructing of an officer. That's a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. You're charged in warrant number 2022 WA 08326, 27, and 29 with committing the offense of entering an automobile. Bond is going to be set at $10,000 apiece for those 3 entering an automobile counts. You're charged in warrant number 2022 WA 08330 with committing the misdemeanor offense of loitering or prowling. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. And you're charged in warrant number 2022 WA 08332, 34, and 35 with committing the offenses of entering an automobile. And bond is also going to be set at $10,000 apiece for those 3 charges. So you're going to have a total bond of $63,000. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Butler. Mr. Butler, sir, you're charged with 1 count of driving on a suspended license. Bond is set by schedule at $1,500. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Calhoun. Mr. Calhoun, sir, you're charged with 1 count of burglary, 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 count of family violence battery. I cannot set bond on the burglary at this stage pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. I also cannot set bond on the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon at this stage pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. You're going to have a $5,000 bond set on a battery charge. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from an Allison Fletcher. Do you understand that?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. It says you refuse. Are you planning on hiring your own lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Calhoun?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Carthen. Mr. Carthen, sir, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I am denying bond on that charge at this stage. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Byron Dents. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. You're going to have a bond hearing date set for June 10th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of lawyer?
Yes.
All right, so you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Nah.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Cooper? Mr. Cooper, sir, you're charged with 1 count of hit and run, leaving the scene of an accident. Bond is set by schedule at $1,500. This is a misdemeanor offense. So your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, I do not.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Okay.
Mr. Trenton Davis. Mr. Davis, sir, you are in a similar boat as Mr. Armour, I believe. Sir, you're charged with several felony offenses and 2 misdemeanor offenses. On the obstructing or hindering law enforcement charge, that's a misdemeanor bond. It's going to be set at $2,000.
Okay.
For warrant numbers ending, 2022 WA08 321, 22, and 23. Those are all entering automobile bond. It's going to be set at $10,000 a piece for those charges. Next, warrant number 2022 WA08 325. It's a misdemeanor offense. You're charged with loitering or prowling. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. The next 3 are all entering an automobile. Warrant number 2022 WA08 328, 31, and 33. Bond is going to be set at $10,000 a piece for those entering an automobile. So you're going to have a total bond set at $63,000. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, sir, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Dixon.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dixon, sir, you're charged with 1 count of child abandonment. Bond is set by schedule at $1,500. This is a misdemeanor offense. So your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. It looks like you are planning on hiring your own lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Is it Fieros? Mr. Fierro, sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, damage to property. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. This is a misdemeanor offense. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond and stay away from a Pedro Sanchez. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer?
No.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No questions.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir. Mr. James. Mr. James, sir, you're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle on a suspended license. Bond is set by schedule at $1,500. You're also charged with driving a vehicle with defective equipment. Bond is going to be set at $500. That's total bond of $2,000. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to find that you do qualify, Mr. James. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Lights.
Sir.
Mr. Lights, sir, you're charged with 1 count of battery. Battery. Is this family violence? Nope. 1 count of battery bond is going to be set at $5,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Victoria Javance. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're on the borderline, Mr. Lights, but I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
She's not working. Yes, sir. She's not working. She's not able to work at the time. So I still have to pay the bills and stuff at the house. So what do I need to do as far as like taking care of the mortgage and all that stuff?
Well, the two of you are married, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're still going to have to be responsible for your load. If y'all are not going to be together, you need to consult a lawyer about whether you should get a divorce or not.
Oh, we're gonna be together, but I understand I have to stay away. I drive trucks, so I'll be on the road most of the time anyway.
Okay.
I only be at the house probably 1 day out of the week anyway, so.
So speak to the lawyer I appointed to you. You'll get a call at some point, and then the lawyer can advise you further.
Sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir. Mr. McFarland.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good morning or good afternoon, Mr. McFarland. So you're charged with 1 count of simple battery. I've set the bond at $3,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Camarion Matthews. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer or representing yourself?
I'm representing myself.
Okay, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir. Now, as far as the stay away from the situation, okay, now this family here, they don't live in my subdivision. This child that the little boy that hit my child, that slapped my child, they don't even stay in this subdivision. They don't stay in my subdivision. They get off the bus right there. So how would I handle that situation? Because I picked my daughter up from school and he's not even supposed to be over there because he doesn't live in that subdivision.
Okay, so Mr. McFarland, I need you to hear me closely, okay?
Yes, sir.
The stay away provision applies to this young man.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't apply to a location. So if you were at Walmart and you saw the young man walking into Walmart, you walk the other direction.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir. You have a good one. Thank you.
You too. Mr. McGee.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. McGee, sir. You're charged with 1 count of false imprisonment as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. 1 count of criminal trespass as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $3,000, and 1 count of aggravated assault, which is a felony offense. I cannot set bond at this stage on this aggravated assault charge pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Brittany Andrews. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. I'm going to also set a bond hearing date for June 10th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. You're a little bit over, but your bond has been denied, so I don't know how your work situation is gonna play itself out. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I have court on June 2nd for a ticket, for a traffic ticket. How would I go about that?
Where is the traffic ticket?
It's in Smyrna.
You're gonna need to have someone notify them up in Smyrna that you're in custody here, just so there won't be a bench warrant issued for your arrest upon failure to appear.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And okay. No, I think that's it. I was supposed to start a job in 2 weeks, but I guess I just know. Okay, that's it.
Okay, all right, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Pickett.
Yeah.
Mr. Pickett, sir, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, but this charge is going to be dismissed because the officer did not name a victim. And that's a material defect to the allegation. Doesn't mean that these charges cannot be brought back or redrawn in the correct manner. But for today, the charge is going to be dismissed. And when they receive this information, you will be released. Now, Mr. Pickett, I would encourage you not to go back around this young lady, whoever she may be, because that is probably will lead to your being arrested pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Jeremy Thompson.
How you doing, Judge?
I'm doing well, Mr. Thompson. Sir, you're charged with 1 felony count of fleeing or attempting to elude. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. 1 misdemeanor count of reckless driving. Bond is set at $1,500. 1 felony count of obstruction of an officer. Bond is set at $5,000. And 1 count of driving a vehicle without a license. Bond is set at $1,000. So that's a total bond of $12,500. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And it looks like, is this a in? Yes. Okay, sir, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm listening.
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez, sir, you're charged with 1 count of public drunkenness. That's a misdemeanor. Bond is set at $1,000. And 1 count of having an open container. I'm going to dismiss that charge. So you're just going to have the 1 count of public drunkenness. Bond set at $1,000. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. You're going to, that date will be waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir. You said that I could bond,
Yes, sir.
and I need to make a phone call for that.
You will be allowed to use the phone when you leave this, this proceeding. It'll be pursuant to the sheriff's office policy, so just communicate with them about your need to use the phone, and they will let you use the phone pursuant to their policies, okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm sorry, just, put me on the spot.
Well, sir, you don't have to ask a question. If you don't have a question, I'll bid you a good day and I'll move on to the next person. Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, is it Mr. Vulne, V-U-L-N-E? Sir, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault. I'm setting a bond at $15,000. 1 count of simple battery, I'm setting a bond at $5,000. And 1 count of criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. And it looks like it's gonna actually be criminal trespass. There's no dollar figure listed. And that's a misdemeanor. Bond is gonna be set at $3,000. So we're gonna have a total bond set at $23,000. There's gonna be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Tariq Riviere Vulne. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how much do you make per hour?
I honestly don't work no more as of yesterday.
Okay. All right, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Young?
Yeah.
Mr. Young, sir, you're charged with 1 count of battery. Bond is gonna be set at $5,000. This is a misdemeanor offense. There's gonna be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a James Young. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Now, you didn't fill out the form. Does that mean you're gonna hire your own lawyer or represent yourself?
Represent myself.
Okay, do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, you are free to go back. Okay.
Y'all, Mr. McGee's coming up back up to ask a question about court date.
Sure.
What were the dates you gave again for you said it was a bond and the next court date or something like that? Next bond?
Yes, hold on.
I got you.
Your preliminary hearing date is set for June 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond hearing date is set for June 10th at 8:30 in the morning.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.